KT tape, otherwise known as kinesiotape, is a commonly known drug-free alternative for dealing with muscular injuries and disorders. It is utilized within and around the world of sports and athletics. It was created by a chiropractor named Dr. Kase in the late 1970s. KT tape was born with the vision to support existing injured muscles and joints through facilitating and inhibiting muscle activity. Dr. Kase wanted to create a tape that was usable for all types of athletics, as well as making it easy to access. This specific tape is a non-latex elastic tape that is fixed onto the skin and lifts the skin to allow for improved blood and lymph flow. You may see KT tape used all throughout the intricate world of sports. Some of these sports including lacrosse, ringette, hockey, track and field, and most commonly used in long-distance running. But it is not limited to just these sports. This tape can be utilized in many different ways, using many different methods, and on many different bodily locations like the shoulder, knee, foot, back, or anywhere else you may experience muscular injuries or disorders. KT tape is also aesthetically pleasing. They created it to come in many different colors, including pink, black, blue, nude, and many different colors to match the different skin tones of different athletes, making it very inclusive for all. You may be able to find KT tape in most pharmacies and grocery stores around the world. There has been many studies conducted in the world of research on the effects of this tape to see if it achieves the claims that it makes. Nonetheless, this tape is still very popular and is used by many professional athletes all around the world and is visibly used throughout individuals' day-to-day lives, as anyone can experience these injuries, showing that KT tape has the potential to be a cheap alternative to purchasing drugs and other high-end devices that you may find. Now, we are going to dig a little deeper into the exciting world of research to see just how effective KT tape may be, and if there is truth to the claims made by the creators of this tape.
Kinesio tape is marketed to not only prevent injuries, but also enhance performance. Designers of this tape claim an increase in proprioception through constant cutaneous stimulation in the skin, which is provided through its elastic adhesive material, improves an athlete's ability to adapt to rapid movements and changes in balance. Dr. Kase also claims that one benefit to KT tape is an increase in muscular strength. A pre-experimental study tested this theory through the assessment of overall muscle strength in quadriceps and hamstring muscles immediately after taping of the anterior thigh and 12 hours later. 7 female and 7 male healthy collegiate athletes were taped using a Y-shaped kinesio tape at the quadriceps directly following the Kase's taping manual. Maximal strength tests were then performed using the Cybex norm at 3 times, which were randomly decided. Once without taping, immediately after taping, and finally 12 hours after taping with the tape still in place. The analysis of the results of the study suggested muscle strength performance was neither enhanced nor inhibited when tape was applied to the thighs and knees of healthy athletes. Furthermore, a randomized control trial examined maximal grip strength and force sense immediately following forearm KT taping. 21 male collegiate athletes were randomly assigned to 3 different groups: no tape, placebo taping applied, or KT tape applied on the forearm. Maximal grip strength was assessed using a hydraulic hand dynamometer, and the test was performed 3 times. The calculated average for each participant was recorded. The results from this study once again suggested there was no significant differences between the maximal strength in the control group, the group with placebo tape, or the group using kinesio tape. A systematic review published in the Journal of the Canadian Chiropractic Association reviewed 10 different articles and reached the same conclusion as the 2 studies just mentioned. Evidence regarding kinesio tape at this time is not strong enough to support the use of KT tape as a successful intervention for enhancing athletic performance.
When talking about how effective KT tape is, it is important to include how it affects injury prevention and pain relief. Many studies lack evidence that supports these claims. In one study by Simona Hosp, where she studies 12 young females by taping KT tape to support their knees during a 30-minute incline walk, it was noticeable that the tape helped support the knee angle from caving in. This could lead to less knee injuries in the future, especially in young women who are more susceptible. The study was of low quality. This is because its subject group was particularly small and therefore unreliable data was produced. Another study of higher quality used meta-analysis to discover the effectiveness of KT tape. The results were limited in that the data didn't show any differences in injury prevention, though 25% of the subjects agreed that KT tape positively helped with pain relief. Overall, this is a growing topic that is debatable in many aspects. It also may be more or less effective for different injuries. In conclusion, this product lacks support for its claims such as injury prevention and pain relief, making it not as effective as they make it out to be.
Is KT tape worth it? KT tape is more expensive than athletic tape, and if you're paying the expensive price of $16 on the low end and $30 or more on the higher end for KT tape, you want to make sure it's effective. Studies do show that especially in ankle injuries, KT tape has a slight advantage over normal athletic tape. There is a study where basketballs with chronic inversion ankle sprains were put through different tests using KT tape and athletic tape. These test results showed that KT tape and athletic tape will not give you any advantage or benefits. However, the KT tape is more effective at keeping performance steady, while the athletic tape was detrimental to certain tests. In that way, KT tape does have a slight advantage over athletic tape, especially because KT tape lasts longer on skin, which can be between 3 to 5 days depending on activity, and its elasticity gives more mobility. However, when it comes to everyday use, it is a preference in what you can afford. You will not notice a difference in pain levels or activity using either option, and you should choose what's best for you based on comfort, price, and overall preference. Picking what feels best will always do more good for you rather than choosing a product that people say is more efficient. In retrospect, neither option is a bad option, and both products will do essentially the same thing.
Research continues to study the effectiveness of Kinesio tape in athletic populations. Current literature states KT tape has slight practical applications in pain relief. However, at this time, most articles agree there is not enough evidence in its application to injury prevention or as a method to improve muscular strength and performance. Furthermore, there is not sufficient evidence to support the use of Kinesio tape over other modalities, and the choice often comes down to economic and comfort preferences. The lack of significant evidence enforces the need for more in-depth research prior to accepting Kinesio tape claimed benefits as fact. Further research into the effectiveness of this specific tape may result in further understanding of the benefits or shortcomings of Dr. Kase's invention. A higher variety of studies may also lead to discoveries regarding the effectiveness of Kinesio tape dependent on the mechanism of injury.